Hey guys, it is Jacob, and in this video I'd like to use the 3.18 Uber Elder conditional challenges to make an Uber Elder guide for you. I've decided to do this as a voiceover over the clips of me doing the challenge, so hope you guys find this useful. If you find any of the tips helpful, please give the video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe so you don't miss other guides that I will do in the future. Okay, and let's get into it. So, what is the boss fight about? It is basically a combination of an Elder and a Shaper boss fights together, where you fight both of the bosses simultaneously. They switch phases when one of them has a damage immunity shield, and you can damage the other one, and vice versa. So the fight starts with the shield on the Elder, so you'll start to kill the Shaper first, and they switch every 25% of their respective lives. During the phases, both of them use their respective skills, like Shaper Beam, Shaper Balls, Shaper Portal, Elder Spikes, Elder Tentacles, Elder Slow AoEs, Elder Portals, and so on, basically all of their skill kit. You can also start the fight with Maven influence, which makes it a bit harder because Maven will copy their skills as well, so be prepared for double beams and double Shaper Balls and such. And in 3.18, GGG added an Uber version of this encounter, so we call it Uber Elder. Main difference compared to the normal one is that Shaper shoots 3 balls that spread instead of just shooting them in straight line, so like he uses laser multiple projectiles support for that. And you also have to dodge the purplish balls in the Shaper's teleporting phase, because there is no shield from Zana this time. With all the basics covered, let's get into the examples. In this first clip, I'm doing the without detonating any volatile anomalies challenge. This one was not that hard for me. I also managed to do it on the Uber version of the encounter. I believe that's because my build is pretty tanky and it lets me run around while doing damage, which is pretty much the thing you need to do, guide the volatiles around without detonating them. Keep an eye on Elder, so you know when he casts his AoE slow, so you are ready for it with your Flame Dash or other movement skill, and that's basically it. So here I completed it, running around, dodging the volatiles, and heading into the second clip. In this one I focused on the challenge without taking damage from the Shaper's beam. It is not hard when you know what to look for, so keep Shaper on your screen so you can see what he is doing. Try to stay close to him so it is easier for you to dodge the beam, actually. And yeah, keep an eye on him. The channeling of his beam looks like the yellow lightning storm you could see like 2 seconds ago under him, so look for that effect. Lightning storm below him or under him. He will channel and cast it in the direction of your position at the time of the start of the channel, so you just need to move around him when he starts the channel, and that dodges the beam. He also faces the way he is channeling, so stay behind him and you should be able to complete this challenge with ease. Now let's watch the rest of this fight. It's basically just keeping an eye on the Shaper, dodging the beam, trying to not to die and damage both of them when they don't have their shields on. Here Shaper is in his portal phase, where you can't damage Shaper, but you have to kill the monsters that he spawns from the portal. And as you can see, Elder has the immunity shield on him, so you can't damage Elder either. So Yeah. Now Shaper drops to 25% health and a shield appears on him and I can start damaging Elder. And still I'm keeping an eye on what Shaper is doing to dodge the beam. And that's pretty much it. Once Elder drops to 25%, around now, Shaper, you can start damaging the Shaper again. Shaper is dead, Elder is dead, the fight is complete. And that's it. I have Culling Strike, so yeah, he basically died right after. In the third clip, I wanted to do the 20 volatiles, to detonate 20 volatiles, but ended up doing the after defeating 3 Madness Propagators within 5 seconds. Madness Propagators are a mechanic from Elder Fight, where he summons octopuses, which spawn eventually during the fight. Madness Propagators, sorry, once you leave them alive for long enough, they will start logging the arena with puddles of tar that deals physical damage over time. As you can see in the clip, the fight gets significantly harder once you don't have much space to move around. So let's continue watching the fight and wait for the propagators to spawn while trying to stay alive, obviously. Propagators should start spawning like any second now. Yeah, he killed me now, and the propagator started spawning soon after, so let's watch it there. Okay, you can see the first propagator there. For the challenge, to complete the challenge, you need 3 of those. So I'm trying to not kill that one and wait for other 2 to spawn, which takes some time. And as you can see, the propagator started to drop the tar under him. The tars do physical damage over time when you run over it, so it stops your regen. There are 2 propagators now. And as you can see, with more of them, they start to clog up the arena with tar, taking the space from you to dodge Elder and Shaper spells. I'm waiting for the third one here, because for the challenge you need to kill 3 of them in a 5-second window. Okay, you can see there are 3 of them. Was there 3? I believe there was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there are 3 now. So I summon my skeletons and die right after. Yeah, but I managed to do the challenge here, which I was glad, because I wasn't sure if I could do the challenge. But as you could see in the clip, I managed to do it. And after that I just finished the fight, and that was it. The arena got really small for me after the propagators clogged it up, and also the volatile anomalies take the rest of the space basically, so there was almost no space for me to dodge. But I managed. And in the fourth clip I focused on the challenge where you had to detonate 20 or more volatile anomalies. for this one, I suggest you to do the fight well witnessed by the Maven, so she spawns more volatiles for you to pop. To make this one fast, go through the fight until you kill the Shaper, so near the end of the fight. And then stop your damage, because you don't want to kill the Elder before you are done. That's the reason you see me taking off my chest armor. I'm doing that to unsummon my skeletons, basically, to stop damaging. But you also at the same time want to keep the arena clear from the Madness Propagators, so you have to do damage from time to time. So just keep in mind that you don't want to kill the Elder at the end. Because once the Shaper is dead, Maven and Elder start summoning the Volatile Anomalies like crazy. You will see it near the end of the fight. So here I'm just damaging them, trying to get to the last phase as soon as possible, where I kill the Shaper. And also I'm trying to take the Volatile Anomalies to the corners of the map so they don't get into my way while running around the arena. You can see Elder Porters up there. Shaper is still casting his spells. And Maven casting her spells as well, so there are more AoEs for you to dodge. But with tanky enough build, the fight is not that hard. Even like with Righteous Fire is almost ideal because the build is so tanky and has so much regen that you are able to survive almost everything. So Righteous Fire is nice build for this one. Shaper takes time to kill because he is immune during some of his skills, which is a pain that you have to manage, basically. When I see Madness Propagator, I just summon my skeletons to kill it fast, and then wait for more Volatile Anomalies to spawn. And once I get to the end of the fight, where Shaper is dead, let's do it a bit faster here. You can see that the Volatile Anomalies start to spawn pretty fast, so you just keep luring them to the corners, keep popping them there, and try to count to 20. And once you feel like you pop 20, just finish the fight and that's it. The other way around this would be to run around the arena without popping the anomalies, and after a while pop them all at once. But if you do it that way, it might be harder for some people, like me, to keep the count of the anomalies, since they would all be popped at the same place. So, yeah. And after I counted like around 20, it was probably more than 20, it was like 26 maybe. I have no idea. I just killed the Elder and the challenge was done. And yeah, that's it for the Uber Elder guide. Hope you guys like it. Thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks you guys for watching. What do you guys think? Is it already 20? I hope so.
Struggle or strangle. Time bends to my will. Struggle or strangle. Shadow, rise and fight. Struggle or strangle. What a delightful.
Nice.